pitch. Flash have taken a lot of strikes here in the last 3 batters. And now it's 0-2 on Jake Dupre, the right fielder. He'll be followed by Peyton Giles in the event that Dupre can reach safely. If he does, that's going to bring in a run or two. The 0-2 pitch from Chapman. And that's it for the, my goodness. Flash did not look good. Their last 3 hitters at the plate. Backwards K's for Thomas and Dupre, and that retires the side. Flash get a run on 2 hits. No errors. And they left them loaded. When we return, it's the top of the second as you're listening to Flash Baseball on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. Video consultant Wyatt Ellenberg here at the ballpark. He just made the comment. He's a young driver. He said, well, I've never been pulled over. Well, you just spoke that into happening, my friend. It is the top of the second inning. Flash on top 1-0, blowing a golden opportunity. Folks, you don't get the bases loaded in the first inning with nobody out and not score. And the Flash struck out Thomas, and Dupre, the last 2 looking. This is when the other team usually kind of takes control. We'll see how that one plays out as the 4-hitter Trevor Sossman, the first baseman, will bat against Grease, and that was a foul ball right off the end of the bat. No balls and a strike. This is a team that's won 2 in a row and 7 of their last 10, the Railroaders. You don't often say that about the Railroader squad, at least not in the last couple of years, but they really took it on at the end of the season and had a great run in the postseason and forced a deciding game 3 in the championship game against the Flash right here at Flash Field. 1 ball and 1 strike. That would look pretty good. The curveball from Grease called a ball, but that one's a ground ball, base hit to right. First hit of the game for Fulton, and there's a runner at first. And like I said, we didn't take care of what we had. Now they're going to take advantage of what we didn't take advantage of. At least I hope I'm wrong. And another lefty comes to the plate. I think I was talking last night about the Chiefs having a ton of lefties in their lineup. It's actually the Railroaders that sent those 7 lefties to the plate the first time we played them earlier in the season. They were 0-3 at the time and got their first win against us. The pitch is a curveball fouled off of the hitter. Jordan Perez, the DH, no balls and a strike. Not much speed on the bases at the moment for Sossman. He's there to drive in runners, not be one. But he hit it well his first time up just moments ago. From the belt, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Nice velocity on the 0-1 fastball to run the count 0-2. Sun is beaming and the lights are on here at Flash Field. That's another story for another time. Here's the 0-2 from Grease. And a chopper up the middle. Could be 2. He'll go to second for 1. Easy throw to first. And the 1-6-3 double play. And there's 2 gone.
Now batting, number 13, A.J. Armstrong.
And that'll bring up A.J. Armstrong, and that was hit. Luckily, Clark was able to keep his balance, and when he caught it, just turned and threw a strike to second. And Gold finished it off. Curveballs, a called strike. The batter is A.J. Armstrong. The 0-1 check swing on the curveball. Outside, 1-1. That one misses as well, and it's 2 balls and a strike now as the smell of hot popcorn takes over the press box here. Thank you, Michael Gish. The 2-1 outside with a fastball just misses, and now it's 3-1. 2 outs following the double play. Flash still lead it 1-0 here in the top of the second. The 3-1. Nice fastball. That hits the corner, and the count is full at 3-2. Armstrong, the third baseman today for Fulton. Swing and chops that one foul to the on-deck hitter for Fulton. That is Owen Sullivan, the first of 2 Owens you'll see come to the plate here. Back-to-back in the 8 and 9 spot. And the payoff. Outside, called, third strike. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across third K of the game so far for Clark Reese. We head to the bottom of this second inning. It's Flash 1, Fulton nothing. Back with more Henderson Flash Baseball on WSON. By Sanders, a walk to Gable, then a double by Gold. That made it 1-0. Then a walk to Pruitt. Bases were loaded with nobody out. Then it was a strikeout of Thomas, a strikeout again of a Levi Thomas, and then a strikeout of Jake Dupre. And that's where we stand right now with Peyton Giles getting his first at bat in front of the Flash home faithful. We spoke to Braden Gable in the open, and he's staying with the Pattons. We'll set the defense for Fulton in a moment. First pitch from Chapman is low for ball 1. All right, it's Armstrong, Phillips, and Sossman, the infield third to first. Kuehl, Sullivan, and Lott, the outfield left to right, with Chris Henson behind the plate. Tyler Chapman on for his second inning. That was a good one, but inside apparently. Man, that looked really good with the placement. 2-0 now to Giles. Peyton comes to us by way of Cameron University, 6'1", 210. Outside corner, 2-1. That was further from the plate than the previous pitch on the inside corner. That was called a ball. The 2-1 is a curveball that's fouled out of play. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Chapman is swing, and the ball hit hard, and that is going to be just foul down the left field line into the corner. That would have been extra bases for the Flash catcher today. Chapman back on the mound, the windup, and the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Picked up by the catcher. He'll throw to first for the out. 3 consecutive strikeouts, 4 in the game overall. Make that 4 consecutive strikeouts and 4 overall for Brendan Bergen. First pitch is low for ball 1. The batter is the left fielder, Brendan Bergen. The 1-0 on the way. Outside 2-0. 1 out, nobody gone. Flash batting in the second inning. They scored the only run of the game for either team back in the bottom of the first inning. 1 run on 2 hits. Chapman looks in from the side from Henson, and that one's a ground ball off the ankle, and that's going to get picked up by the second baseman for the out. Fortuitous bounce, bouncing off the ankle of Chapman right over to the second baseman, Phillips, and a good throw to first, and there's 2 away. So if you're marking it, 1-4-3 on the put out of Bergen, 2 down for Keelan Sanders, who singled and scored the game's only run of the first. First pitch on the way to him. Sanders, that is, fouled out of play. Back over the grandstand area. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is a chopper off the plate. That'll stay foul on the third base side. Actually, that one went off the forearm. I think it was the bat in the follow-through by Sanders that hit the arm of Henson, and that is going to smart for a little while. The home plate umpire, as they are coached to do, goes out and gives a new baseball to the pitcher, takes some extra time, cleans off the plate, anything he can do to make the catcher get back as close to normal as possible after taking that shot in the left forearm. 0-2. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Chapman looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Short of the plate, bounces over the catcher to the backstop, and it's 1-2. We've seen a bunch of those the last couple of days here on this 3-game homestand. Wild pitches, that is, with some fortuitous hops. The 1-2. Foul ball out of play again. Very solid crowd, as we figured it would be, because hadn't gotten the word out yet that Sunday's a little earlier start. But they're starting to show up now. The 1-2 on the way. Outside, missing 2-2 now.
Nope.
It'll be interesting to see just how long starters will stay in today. That one's hit hard in the gap in left center. That's going to get down. Folks, that 2 hops the wall, having a hard time out there is the center fielder, Sullivan. And a stand-up double with 2 outs for Keelan Sanders. He's halfway to the cycle. Single in the first, now a double here in the second.
The second baseman, number 14, Braden Gable.
Braden Gable will bat. Runner at second, 2 outs. Gable with a walk reached third but didn't score. The right-handed hitter waits outside for ball 1.
Nope.
This is going to wind up being the run we weren't expecting to get. We had the bases loaded, didn't get any runs with no outs. Now this will be the one that comes in. It's all right, I've been wrong twice before. Ever. Here's the 1-0 on the way from Chapman. And it's outside. It's 2-0 with Brady Gold waiting for his opportunity in the event that Gable can reach base safely. Gable from Lee University. The 2-0. And that one's fouled back and well out of play over the grandstand and concession area. 2 balls and a strike. JD not here today. Tossed midway through last night's contest. A walk-off winner for the Flash over the Paducah Chiefs. 7-6, trailing at 6-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 2-1 from Chapman to Gable. Fouled straight back. Nice cut for Braden. I would assume that Logan Haslam is taking over head coach duties. Colton Evans down coaching third. John Reynolds at first. Haslam in the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. And a foul ball out of play. Breaking ball. Couldn't afford to let that one go because that could have very easily been strike 3. In the strike zone or not. The 2-2 pitch. And that one is hit high and deep. And that is a rawhide joyride. That's our Diamond Discussion player of the game right there. Braden Gable, the first Jack of the summer of 2025. This guy loves to talk on the radio. And it is now a 3-0 game. And I hate to say it, but I spoke that one into existence. I will take absolutely no credit for Gable's home run heroics.
Number 8, Brady Gold.
Brady Gold said, hey, I'm normally the guy that does that. We'll step in now. First pitch misses for ball 1. Gold did have a double that drove in the first run of the game when Sanders was on. Now the bases are empty. Flash 3 runs on 4 hits for the game. Curveball's a strike, and it's 1-1. I mean, Braden tattooed it. Left fielder, Kuehl, he just kind of turned. He took 2 steps and said, you know what? Let the neighbors have it. That one's inside, and it's 2-1. That one kind of crossed up the catcher, Henson. Kudos on the popcorn, another fantastic pop. We kind of use that as our appetizer before the evening meal comes. The 2-1. Chopper off the plate, stays foul on the left side, and it's 2-2. We'll be back again here at Flash Field on Wednesday. We'll talk more about that during the broadcast. The 2-2 is outside. It's 3-2 now. To the 3-hitter, shortstop Brady Gold. Jackson Pruitt, who walked last time up, looking for his chance. He'll get on in the event Gold reaches base. Chopper again, this one off the foot, or maybe that looks like it happens a lot to those guys that wear those protectors on the front foot, front shin, if you will. They foul a lot of balls, especially those on the inside corner, off that leg and foot area. The payoff pitch, and another chopper foul, third base side. Count remains 3-2. Haslam out of the flash dugout. 4 new baseballs. Tyler Chapman languishing in the midday sun. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. And that retires the side. That is the now 5th strikeout of the game. All right, that is 2 runs on 2 hits, both extra base hits. No errors, and nobody left on base. It is a now 3-0 game as we head to the 3rd. Do come back for more as you are listening to WSON, AM and FM, your tunes, your teams, your town.
Batting number 11.
We start the top of the 3rd inning thanks to the 2-run home run from Braden Gable. It is now 3-0. Pop up in the infield off the bat of Owen Sullivan. Calling for it is the second baseman. That is Gable, the aforementioned one of the home run for the catch. 1 out.
Now batting number 3, Owen.
1 down for the second Owen of 2. Owen Phillips, the second baseman, batting for the first time, the 9-hitter. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Flash. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Railroaders. Grease, swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer edge, 0-1. Flash off to a good start. Did not get off to a good start last night. Just kind of went through the motions, and then there was the 9th. And that was chopped foul. That one might have hit off the foot or leg of the hitter, or maybe a pad that he carries on his right, outside of his right bicep, actually on his tricep, if my anatomy is correct. The 0-2. Oh, fouled out into the mitt of Giles for the strikeout. 4 strikeouts in the game now.
Now batting number 31.
For Clark Grease. And we are now officially through the lineup. Clark has faced 1 over the minimum. There have been 2 base runners today, but we got a double play last inning. Leadoff man Dylan Kuehl. First pitch is a strike right at the belt. Taking as the left-hander Kuehl, 0-1. Apparently the late Randy Macho Man Savage has made an appearance tonight. Ground ball to second. Picking it up on the third hop is Gable. Knocks it down. Throws to first in time for the out. Had a little bit of problem with it. They got rid of it in time for the out. And for the second time, back-to-back, 3 up, 3 down innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Bottom of the 3rd is where we're heading. Do return with us, won't you? It's Henderson Flash Baseball on WSON. within striking distance of the league leading full count rhythm. Flash has been on top for a while. Full count's been on top for a while. I think Paducah had their moment in the sun for a day or two. Madisonville was actually on top there maybe the first 10 days of the season before the Flash took over, and then full count took over for them. But it's a long, hot summer, and there's going to be ups and downs for all teams. Breaking ball is a good one from Chapman. Taking that one was Pruitt for a strike. He walked last time up in the first inning. The 0-1 swing, and that one looks like it might have been fouled back to the screen. 0-2 now to Pruitt. Again from LSU Eunice, 6 foot 180. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One gone. Strikeout number 6 on the afternoon. Nick Thomas batting for the second time. He struck out in the first. Levi Thomas waits on deck.
Nope.
First one misses low for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Chapman. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Join us tomorrow morning on Stephen Ginger. Isaac Thatcher will have your morning sports. We'll talk about this win, hopefully. That one's up the middle, and that's going to get caught by the second baseman on the back end, but he's got no shot. That's an infield single. Good job. Good piece of hitting there by Thomas. Runner at first on the Flash's 5th hit already. Pretty sure we didn't have 5 hits the entire game last night, but what was important is we got the runs we needed when we needed them in a walk-off 7-6 victory over Paducah last night. Time is called, and they're going to have a look at the second baseman as when Phillips, that's Owen Phillips, went after the ball, came up with it. I think he did something, maybe jammed his wrist. And he's coming out of the game. He's going to come directly out, and that's going to bring in number 2. I'm going to take a look at that real quick. Number 2, Matthew Reinhardt into the game. Reinhardt in for Owen Phillips.
Now batting from Oldie Central, the DH, number 3, Levi Thomas.
So Reinhardt, the new second baseman, a runner at first and 1 out. And the first pitch is in the dirt. That's going to get the runner to second base. Heads up base running there by Thomas on the wild pitch. It didn't go far from the plate, but it didn't have to because it was tough for Henson to get around the batter, Thomas, to get to it. Thomas struck out looking. His only plate appearance, 0 for 1 today. Outside for a ball.
Nope.
Two balls and no strikes, so the runner at second now. Only 1 out. And a swing and a miss. Big swing there from Thomas on the curveball in this lefty-lefty matchup. And it's 2-1 now. 1 out and 1 aboard. On a very warm day for baseball. It's been a very warm weekend in this 3-game homestand. 2-1 inside, misses up and in. Just above the belt, and it's 3-1 now to Thomas. Thomas looking to get on base anyway. He'll take a walk, but he'd love to drive one through the right side here. Levi from Olney Central, 6'2", 215, left-handed hitter. Chapman with the sign and the pitch. Outside, a called strike, and it's 3-2. The concession stand here at Flash Field never ceases to impress. Got a lovely burger today that I will try to eat during the next commercial break. The payoff, inside, misses high for ball 4. And Thomas is aboard for the first time today. Now for Chapman, that's his, I've got now his third walk of the game. Flash trying to get something done with the middle of this lineup. 7-hitter Jake Dupre, who struck out the end of the first, comes up for the second time. Chapman sets, and the pitch, ground ball, base hit to left. Probably going to keep the runner at third, and they are. And the bases are now loaded after the 6th hit of the game for the Flash. That one by Dupre, his first of the contest. Nick Thomas to third, Levi Thomas to second, and Dupre now with the single to first. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon, and Peyton Giles, who struck out the only time up, that's going to draw a visit to the mound, and that's going to be a pitching change. We'll come back after this pitching change has been announced, so keep it locked into Flash Baseball on WSON. Back after this. Innings. He did 2 1/3 innings, to be exact. And the batter is Peyton Giles. Needs a hit here. Hamlin gets away from the catcher. Here comes a runner. He is safe at the plate. The ball gets away. Not far enough to bring in the second run. That one might have gotten Thomas if it had been a better throw, or maybe held on to by the pitcher covering. Pitcher was there jostling at plenty of time, but that one just kind of got away from Chris Henson. And now runners move up to second and third. Dupre to second. Now Thomas, Levi Thomas that is, now at third, and it's now a 4-0 game for Henderson. Giles digs in. Now a base hit will bring in 2 runs. That one's a good looping curveball. Covered a lot of ground. It just didn't hit the plate anywhere close to, or should say, the strike zone. Timeout is called, and I believe that pitcher and catcher might have gotten crossed up on that one.
What he's got here is
A failure to communicate. Now, Henson stays out for about 15 seconds. Now he's going to head back.
Two hours later.
That's a new one. Thank you. Oh, my. 2 balls and no strikes to Peyton Giles. Struck out the first time. 0 for 1 today. Second and third, and 1 out. My goodness. The catcher almost fell over, catching the ball in the right left-handed batter's box, and it was a called strike, and I'm not making that up. The 2-1. And that's a hit into right. That's going to get down for an RBI single. Second run, he rounds it, but he's going to stay put. They're going to throw to – nope, they're not going to throw to second. A single with an RBI for Peyton Giles. He does go to second on the throw to the plate. Dupre now at third base. Levi Thomas that is, comes in to score. And it is now a 5-0 game on 7 hits for the Flash overall. 3 hits in this inning alone. That was a good swing, and it's fouled straight back. The batter is the 9-hitter, Brendan Bergen. Bergen today hit one off the pitcher's leg that rolled to the second baseman, who was then the second baseman. Phillips, who picked it up and threw to first on the 1-4-3 putout. The 0-1 is a curveball, swung on and missed by Bergen. 0-2 now. Dupre at third, Giles with the hit down at second, and the 0-2 outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one can get out of hand pretty quick. Flash has scored in each inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 and counting here in the bottom of the third. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 away. That's the first strikeout of the game for Troy Jocelyn. And now there are 2 outs for Keelan Sanders. Got a single, a run scored, a double, and another run scored. 2 for 2 so far in this one. Flash can really open things up with a base hit here. Keelan, the guy that can do it. Curveball is a bit high across the plate, but came in about chest high for ball 1. Bottom of inning number 3. 5 for the Flash, 0 for Fulton so far. The 1-0. Chopper, going to be a tough play. You're going to have to get a fast runner. Good throw. Safe at first, and the run scores. They said the first baseman, Sussman, off the bag. So that's an infield single. Giles to third. Dupre comes in to score. Sanders with another hit. He's 3 for 3. And an RBI to boot. Good hustle by the young man. Keelan from Lee University, teammate of Braden Gable, who's at the plate right now. He homered a 2-run shot the last time up. Takes that one high and inside for ball 1. First and third, 2 outs and 3 in the inning. It's now 6-0 Flash. There's a strike, and it's 1-1.
Nope.
That one misses, and it's 2-1. So are we cart shopping wide? Is that it? Set your sights on medium, not high. The 2-1, that one's hit hard in the gap. Is it going to get down? No. Nice play by the center fielder, Sullivan, and that retires the side, but not before the Henderson Flash have another big inning. 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There were no errors, and 2 left on base. Back with more Flash softball when the 4th inning continues on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, field director.
All right. First batter up is Henson.
7, Chris.
Reached on an error, stole a base. 0 for 1 today. Grease leads things off with a breaking ball for a strike. Taking that one is Henson, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball, my goodness. There's good, and there's where that pitch was. Very good. Must have been called a bit low because it was right down the heart of home plate. Here's the 1-1 from Grease. Low again, 2 balls and a strike. Only guy with a hit, Trevor Sossman. He did that back of the second for Fulton. Hitting the air and hard, but foul down the left field side and out of play. And it's 2-2 now on the Railroaders catcher, Chris Henson. I always have to catch myself. I don't want to say Chris Hansen. Yeah, the 2-2. Hammered, and I mean hammered, back deep and gone. Solo shot from Henson. And it's now 6-1 Flash following the solo shot from the Fulton Railroader catcher, Chris Henson.
Now batting, number 29, Austin Phillips.
Both Fulton fans clapping for that. Swing and a miss for Phillips. 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner. Taken all the way there is Phillips, and it's a called strike. 0-2. And a ground ball up the middle. It's going to be knocked down by the shortstop. Good throw to first for the out. And there's 2 away. Make that 1 away, I'm sorry.
Now batting.
Fine play there by Gold. Very strong arm at short. Jacob Blunt, the batter. Struck out looking his last time up. A run on 2 hits for Fulton today. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Flash. 1 error. That one's hit in the air, but foul left side, way out of play. 0-1. I like the fact that Fulton is aggressive, but what it does, it often allows them to start out 0-1. It's been a lot of foul balls. There's a ball hammered, but just fouled about 6 feet down the right field line. He's hit him hard both directions. Neither have been in the field of play. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on, 1 run in. Solo home run from Henson. The 0-2 outside just misses. You know, when 0-2, it's that close. What are you doing? I don't care if you're the cleanup hitter or not. Get the lumber off your shoulder. Look for the curveball on the inside corner. Nope, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Lott goes down swinging for the second time tonight. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for young Clark Grease, and there's 2 away for Trevor Sauceman. Sauceman, as I mentioned just moments ago, got the only other hit besides the solo home run. Two outs, nobody aboard. Grease fires, and a ball is hit hard right past Logan Haslam, Coach Haslam, as it were. No balls and a strike to the left-headed hitting first baseman Sauceman. Grease delivers the 0-1 outside, just a little high and a little away. 1-1. If you're just joining us, it's 6-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Grease delivers. Good one there. That's a little closer to the plate. That's a called strike. And it's 1-2 now to Trevor Sauceman. Sauceman's done a pretty good job hitting against Flash pitching this year. And that one's a little low. Giles makes a nice play to haul it in. And it's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Check swing went all the way, and that's 3. Strikeout number 6 on the night for Clark. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and nobody left on base. It's a 6-1 game as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning on WSON, AM and FM. Your tunes, your teams, your town. Henderson Flash Baseball, WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. Streaming live video coverage as well, WSONradio.com, WSON YouTube. Check us out on the WSON radio app as well. Henderson Flash, after sending 8 to the plate last inning, will bring in Brady Gold, Jackson Pruitt, and Nick Thomas. Jocelyn's pitch is high for ball 1.
Nope.
Troy Jocelyn came in the 3rd inning with 1 out. 2 balls and no strikes after that one misses wide. Jocelyn with the sign and the pitch, a chopper off the screen next to the Railroader dugout. Flash with a win tonight will be 2-0. I'll make that 2-1 on the 3-game weekend homestand. After losing 9-2 on Friday, put it together in the ninth to get a 7-6 victory. Trying to hold on to a 5-run lead here. That one's hit right field, deep and out of play. Flash have done a great job. Well, I say that. Got the leadoff man in the first inning and scored a run. Then the leadoff man struck out to start the second, still scored 2 runs thanks to the home run of Gable. And another strikeout, Pruitt. There's a foul ball, and it's 2-2. So basically what I'm saying is don't listen to me because they've only got on base 1 of the first 3 innings. Trying to make that happen here with Brady Gold with a 2-ball, 2-strike count leading off the 4th. And a chopper towards short picked up by Phillips. I got news for you. I wouldn't want to make that call, but from here he looks safe. 6-3 on the putout. So the Flash indeed have been retired by the first hitter. The last 3 innings in a row. And 3 of 4 overall. Jackson Pruitt walked in the first, struck out in the third. Takes the first one outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The Flash have scored in each of the first 3 innings. Pruitt squares to bunt. Misses it, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 from Jocelyn on the way. It's low, and it's 2-1 now to Jackson Pruitt. Bottom of the 4th inning. Flash lead it 6-1 over Fulton.
The only prescription is more cowbell.
Here we go. Jocelyn, the sign from Henson, and the right-hander kicks and fires the 2-1. Chopper off the plate again. Foul ball off the left side. The 2-2 pitch from Jocelyn. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Pruitt down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Jocelyn. And there's 2 away for Nick Thomas. Thomas with a single, went to second on a wild pitch, later came home on the hit by Jake Dupre. Thomas, the left-handed hitting first baseman, takes that one high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That was hit in the air, deep but foul, left side, heading towards the mighty muddy Ohio. And it's 1-1. Taking a look what Fulton will send to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. Jaden Perez, A.J. Armstrong, and Owen Sullivan. That one's hit in the air to center field, literally right at the center fielder, Sullivan, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Flash. In the 4th, we head to the top of the 5th inning with the Flash leading 6-1 on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. for Clark Grease as a starter tonight. We had him earlier in the season in a relief capacity. Curveball is a strike on the outside edge. Taken all the way is Jaden Perez, the DH. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off the facade and onto the field of play all the way back to Grease. He actually picks it up on the mound, or at least on the circumference of it. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. He gets a new baseball for his trouble. And the 1-2 on the way. Hit in the air, and that's going to be down for a single to right.
Now batting.
Runner at first, nobody out. That is the second leadoff. Make that the third in 5 innings that the leadoff man has reached base. Most recently, Chris Henson with a home run to start the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out for Armstrong. There's a hit. Not hit hard. They're going to have 1 play. That's they're going to call that a foul ball. I had noticed. Only play was going to be to first. No chance at a double play. That one went off, it looks like the foot, maybe the front left foot of the right-handed hitting A.J. Armstrong. Plays third base for Fulton today. No balls and a strike. Runner at first. Nobody out. Top of the 5th inning. Throw to first. Close on the throw. Runner back in there safely. Grease gets his sign, and the pitch is low and away, and it's a ball and 1 strike. The control has been excellent today. Pitch count has been what I would say about within the zone in which Logan Haslam, pitching coach for the Flash, would prefer. And the 1-1. Oh, check swing. What did we miss there? Huh. I'll agree with the check swing, but it looked like a strike anyway. 2 balls and 1 strike. Grease sets up the belt, and the pitch on the way. And a hammer to short, just over the shortstop glove. That's going to get out into, and bobbled by the left fielder. Not a good form there, as now runners are at second and third following the double by Armstrong.
Now batting, number 11, Owen Sullivan.
Owen Sullivan popped out to the second baseman in his only plate appearance. Back-to-back hits. Perez with a single, Armstrong with a double. They're at second and third with nobody out in a 6-1 game in which the Flash lead at the moment. We've seen a 5-run lead evaporate quickly, both for the Flash and against the Flash. Last night, a 3-1 victory meant nothing. And a balk brings in a run. Not sure what happened there. So now runner at third and a run in. It's now 6-2. And that's a strike to Sullivan, the center fielder, 0 for 1 today. The 0-1. The bunt is down, and the run is going to try to score, and he's not going to get there. Out at the plate. Well done, Clark Grease. The soft toss to the catcher, Giles, and a great tag by the young man.
Now batting, number 3.
So a fielder's choice put Sullivan on board, but a great play defensively gets he out at the plate. Runner at first now with 1 out. Throw to first, runner back safe. The batter is Matthew Reinhardt. who came in for Owen Phillips back in the bottom of the third. Good pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Called strike. The 0-1 from Grease is a beauty right at the belt, taking his Reinhardt. He didn't believe it, but to be honest, he was backing out right about the time that pitch was released. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a runner at first, 1 run in. Good pitch on the outside corner, taken for a called third strike. 7 strikeouts on the night for Clark Grease, and now there's 2 outs. Now you don't feel so bad about giving up the 1 run, even on a balk.
Now batting, number 31, Dylan Cool.
Dylan Kuhl is now batting. 0 for 2 tonight, struck out to start the game, looking, and grounded out to second. Good pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. It's taken for a strike. 0-1 on Kuhl. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Grease. Inside, missing. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Hammered to the first baseman off his glove. Throw to second. Runners at the corners now. After the hit by Kuhl.
Now batting, number 7, Chris Henson.
Hits to the batter. He had a home run last time up. That happened last inning. Peyton Giles stepping out from behind home plate. Makes the defensive call for the Flash. 2 outs, runners at the corners. 1 run in. It's 6-2. Henderson. Fulton batting here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Good pitch. Good start there. From the stretch, curveball. They appeal, said no go, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Flash with a 4-run lead. Grease sets at the belt. And the pitch on the way. Good one, a curveball taken for a strike. I kind of felt like Henson would be fed a steady diet of strikes, or curveballs rather. And the 1-2 from Clark on the way. Runner goes. Throw down to second. They're going to try to score. What are we doing? We didn't need that. We tried to tag the runner, and it was gone. He was past it. And with that, run comes in to score, and it's now 6-3. And all the good stuff the Flash had done, they're kind of giving back little by little. And Fulton, quite frankly, doesn't deserve to even be in this game right now. Flash to have outplayed him at every turn until the 5th inning. So Kuhl down at second did exactly. They did exactly. The Flash did exactly what the Railroaders wanted them to do. Or the Flash, yeah, exactly. Two balls and 2 strikes. That was disappointing. The 2-2 pitch with a runner at second and 2 gone. Ground ball to third. Thought about tagging the runner. Now he goes to first, and he's off the bag. We have absolutely self-destructed here in the top of the 5th inning. You got to come off the bag and make that catch and maybe have time to get back on it. Right now the Flash tried to tag the runner when it was grounded to the third baseman, and he was just too far away. Then he tried to recover and make the throw, and that was no go. First and third now. Could be a lot worse. Throw to first base, runner in there safely. Two runs into the inning for Fulton to make a game of it. 6-3, Henderson leading it here in the top of the 5th. Fastball on the outside corner is a strike to Austin Phillips. 0 for 2 is the shortstop, batting in the 3-hole today for Fulton. Here's the 0-1. Good one. Same spot. Taken all the way is Phillips, and it's 0-2 now. Flash have got to keep their foot on the gas here. Come back and score a couple of runs over the next inning or two. The 0-2 hit in the air. Center fielder Sanders makes the catch for the final out of the inning, but this particular moment, that was 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 2 left on base. Flash baseball continues to the bottom of the 5th inning. When we return, it's a 6-3 ball game. Henderson leading it on WSON. Hot bats rolling as Fulton has now cut it to a 3-run deficit. Flash on top, 6-3. Levi Thomas, Jake Dupre, and Peyton Giles, 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Thomas walked and scored last time up. That was back in the 3rd inning. Swings and misses, 0-1. Jocelyn out for his 3rd inning of relief. That one misses outside, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike. The pitch is high, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 swing and a ball fouled off. That looked a little high there, but hard for a lot of players to lay off that high fastball. 88 degrees here at the ballpark. Overnight tonight, clear skies and 76. The heat advisory continues on through Thursday of this week. The 2-2 fouled back off the facade, as you heard just now. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss at another high fastball. And Thomas is down on strikes for the second time tonight. Jocelyn's third K of the game. He has averaged a strikeout per inning. Jake Dupre singled and scored back in the third. We could use some of that third inning mojo here to get a couple of runs back here in the fifth. Hasn't happened thus far. 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Flash. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Fulton. First pitch fastball is fouled back. 0-1. Again, we will have no home games until Wednesday of the coming week. The 0-1. Swinging the ball fouled into the mitt of the catcher, and it's 0-2 now to Jake Dupre. 1 for 2 on the game. Struck out looking in the first inning. Singled and scored in the third. Jocelyn working quicker this time, and that one's up and inside. Just misses for ball 1. The 1-2 is a chopper in the infield. Moving in on it is the third baseman. He'll make a fast throw, but it's out at first. Another very close play that does not go the way of the Flash. And with that, there's 2 away, and the Flash are looking at back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings. Giles, who singled last time up, steps in. One for 2 today, single and a strikeout. Two outs, nobody on. Curveball just outside for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 offering is on its way. And a swing and a miss makes it 2-1. Big cut there from Peyton, but it was not to be. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Peyton comes to us from Cameron University. 6'1", 210, right-handed catcher, right-handed hitter. The 2-1, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 just like that. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th. And that one's fouled off the leg. That's about the 3rd or 4th time a player has fouled a ball off his foot or his leg, and it's went well out into the field of play, not just a few feet in front of the plate. I'm talking like about 60 feet out on the field. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and 1, 2, 3. Go the Flash in the 5th. We'll come back to the 6th inning when we return. Flash lead at 6-3 over Fulton on WSON, AM and FM. Your tunes, your teams, your town. Video coverage on WSONradio.com. and WSON YouTube and Facebook channels, as well as coverage on WSON AM and FM. Brent Stevenson back at studio control at WSON Studios in beautiful downtown Dickinson. Henderson doing her first solo engineer broadcast. She's had help in the booth up until today, but this is the first time doing the game from pregame to game to postgame, end to end. Flash looking to hold on to a 6-3 lead, but it hasn't been easy. They took a 6-0 lead into the fourth, in which the Railroaders got a solo home run. Then they got 2 runs last inning. Flash aided that quite a bit, helped them out, if you will. And so now Jacob Lott, Trevor Sossman, and Jaden Perez, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, will face Clark Grease in for his 6th inning. Now a tie for ball 1. Like to see if Clark can get through this one and maybe the 7th, then turn it over to the bullpen. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good change of pace there. As he got Lott way out in front. Jacob in this one 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first. Struck out swinging in the 4th. The 1-1. Outside corner is a strike, and it's 1-2 just like that. Jacob didn't like it, but so far hadn't looked good at the plate. And I think it would be easier for him if he could call the strikes. The 1-2. Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. They allow a lot of reaction from hitters in the OVL, I've noticed, more so than you see even in Major League Baseball or college baseball. The 2-2. Good pitch. Right at the belt. Nice pitch, Blue, and it's 3-2. The payoff pitch on the way. And that was hit in the air. Moving over is the center fielder. And that is a nice play there by Keelan Sanders for the out. 1 away.
Now batting, number 25, Trevor Sossman.
Sossman is 1 for 2. Got a base hit in the 2nd inning. That was the first hit of the game for Fulton. And then he also struck out in the 4th inning. He was the 6th strikeout of a guy. Oh, there's a line, a ground ball hit to first, picked up by Thomas. Steps on the bag for the out, 3 unassisted, and just like that, there's 2 away. Jaden Perez, who started everything with a single last inning and then ended up coming home on a balk. There was a bit of a mystery to everyone, but it came and went. Flash have out-hit the Railroaders 8-5, and they've outscored them 6-3. First pitch is a fastball. That's a strike to Perez. No balls, 1 strike.
You know what? I can already tell that I don't like you.
The 0-1 pitch. And a chopper towards first, but that's going to stay foul. And it's 0-2. So Grease is 1 pitch away of getting out of this. He's going to stay well below the average of 15 pitches in this inning, and he's likely to come back out for the 7th. A lot of it will have everything to do with how quickly he finishes off this 0-2 count to Perez, the Fulton DH. Now it's off the end of the bat, foul, 3rd base line. It remains 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Grease is inside. Didn't like that. Did. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And you never want to talk crap with the pitcher, as Perez did not like the previous pitch from Grease. He comes back and ends up striking him out. And that's the 8th K of the day for Clark Grease. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Flash. as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with your score. Henderson leading Fulton 6-3 on WSON, AM and FM. Your tunes, your teams, your town. For Keelan Sanders, batting for the 4th time today. 3 for 3, 2 runs scored and an RBI. He's had a wonderful afternoon. One out, nobody on. And the pitch is a curveball outside for ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Keelan Sanders of Lee University. Freshman. Low and outside again. That one gets away or gets under the catcher, Henson. And it's 2-0. Flash could use a couple of more before this game ends as they lead it by 3. The 2-0. And that ball's hit high and deep. Will it stay fair? And a rawhide joyride. This guy hits everything. Big fly to left, doing that dang thing. Keelan Sanders, his 4th hit. And folks, all he needs for the cycle is a triple, which they tell me is the toughest to get of the cycle swings. And the Flash get one of those runs they gave up in the 4th back. And it's now 7-3 Henderson. And it looks like that is exactly who we'll be talking about in the postgame. There's a ball hit in the center, left center, back to the warning track. Catching it just against the wall. The big fly, Gable almost did it again. And Jocelyn's got to be thinking, where'd that come from? Brady Gold got a double, knocked in a run, struck out and grounded to short. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He does have one of the Flash's 4 extra base hits. But nobody's hit it like Sanders today. A single in the 1st, a double in the 2nd, single and an RBI in the 3rd, and a home run here in the 6th. 4 for 4, and he is definitely going to bat again. Gold takes that one for ball 1. Jocelyn delivers, and a curveball hits the back edge of the plate for a called strike, 1-1. The 1-1 is hit in the air. Not very hard, though. Shortstop's going to go out, and he'll make the catch. Fine play by Phillips. That's Austin Phillips for the out. And that retires the side. Flash get a run on the home run. The big ding thing from Keelan Sanders. And they lead it 7-3. We'll come back for the 7th when we return. It's WSON, your home for Flash Baseball. home run that we have him down for, at least through flash broadcast on WSON. A.J. Armstrong, Owen Sullivan, and Matthew Reinhardt. Clark Grease out for his 7th inning of work, more than likely his final inning. The first one's high for ball 1. Yes, Michael. You yelled at me before we went on the air. Now we're on the air. What do you need? 15 home runs for the team. 15 home runs for the Henderson Flash on the season, I'm told. Now, that's only about, I can remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can remember 8 of them here. So you're telling me, well, most of those, a lot of them are at Fulton, are they not? Yeah, because Fulton has that 200-foot fence in right, and then it's probably about, 30 feet, 40 feet in the air. It's a tall fence. The 2-1 is outside to Armstrong. He doubled last time up. He also struck out. He is 1 for 2 today, and here's the 3-1 pitch. That hasn't happened very often. A leadoff walk. I'll look at it. I don't know how many walks Grease has had. Well, I can tell you why it doesn't happen very often, because that's the first time it's happened in the game. So Armstrong is aboard, but that's not a problem because he's not very fast. Logan Haslam is out. He's going to talk with his pitcher, and he's going to bring, actually, the first baseman and all the infielders now in. So what is more than likely going to happen is Grease is going to get at least another batter. Seth Galloway is the one warming up in the Flash bullpen, we're told moments ago. So Grease gets a vote of confidence from the dugout. He'll stay in the game with a runner at first and nobody out. Flash clinging to a 4-run advantage here in the top of the 7th. The batter is the 8-hitter, Owen Sullivan. Reached on a fielder's choice and popped out to second. Good double play guy if he hits it on the ground. That one's outside on the corner for ball 1. That looked a little wide of the mark, to be honest with you. My first instinct. But we'll take 0-1. No balls and a strike. Runner goes, kind of stumbled on the takeoff, and he couldn't hold the ball. The guy that doesn't run very well takes off, and he stumbles, and Giles dropped it. Never could get a handle on it. So Armstrong is down at second with the stolen base, and it's 0-2. There's the good news on Sullivan. I'd like to see Grease finish this inning, especially if he gets a K here. Outside corner, a called third strike. 9 Ks. And Clark is 1 away from double figures in the strikeout category. He's got a guy that he struck out last time for his 7th K of the night. And his name is Matthew Reinhardt. Came in for Owen Phillips. He also struck out his only plate appearance. Low and outside on the fastball for ball 1. Don't mess around. Let this guy try to put it in play. The 1-0 pitch from Grease, who sets at the belt. And a curveball swung on it, missed. 1-1. This game coming up on 2 hours old in about 4 minutes. The 1-1 pitch is hit in the air. Calling for it, going out is the second baseman. And he'll make the catch. Nice play by Braden Gable for the out.
Now batting, number 31.
2 gone.
Cool.
A runner at second for Dylan Kuehl. Kuehl is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out to second, and a single in the 5th inning. And that's probably going to do it for Clark Grease. We'll take a timeout while the pitching change is happening and come back and get you all the numbers right after this. It's Flash Baseball on WSON, AM and FM, your tunes, your teams, your town. Two outs, runner at second, Flash 7, Bombers, now make that Railroaders. I don't know where that came from. Railroaders 3. Left-handed hitting Kuehl facing Galloway, the right-hander, sets, looks to second, and the pitch. Outside for ball 1. It's nice when a player can come home, don't need a host family, although host families are nice. You can stay at home and play a little baseball in the summer of 2025. It's exactly what Seth is doing again for the second season in a row. The 1-0 gets away from the catcher on the curveball, and the runner moves to third. Not a good start, but only a couple of pitches in for Galloway. You are at the top of this lineup where Kuehl has a single. Henson on deck's got a solo home run and a base hit to his credit, and a run scored. But you'd like to just go ahead and set this guy down here. Seth not overpowering, but a guy that gets a lot of ground ball outs. There's a pitch on the outside corner. Nice framework there from Giles, and it's 2-1. 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Flash. 3-run, 5 hits, no errors for Fulton. And the 2-1 with 2 away and a runner at third. Outside, 3-1. Seth has been nibbling on the outside edge against the left-handed hitting Kuehl. As a matter of fact, his only strike in this 3-1 count was on the outside corner. Well outside on the other 2 of the 3 pitches. The 3-1. Low and in for ball 4. So just like that, a runner is walked. And now there are runners at first and third.
Now batting. Number 7, Chris Henson.
Henson bats for the 4th time. Home run in the 4th and a single in the 5th. Giles calls the bunt defense out in front of home plate. Third base Pruitt was going to come in on the grass. Now he backs up even with the bag at third. And the pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch to start out. Swing and a miss. The 0-1 is popped in the air. That's going to get down the right field side, but it's going to reach out of play territory. I got the wrong number in here.
While you're getting it over there, go ahead and get your beverage from Anderson Dairy Company.
I've got Chris Henson as number 7. This is number 20, Caleb Warren. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be knocked in for a base hit, and the run comes in to score. Here comes the runner to third. He's in there safely, and it's 7-4.
Now batting, number 29, Austin Phillips.
Kuehl on the play goes from first to third. Armstrong comes in to score. On the RBI single, my Warren. That'll bring up Austin Phillips. He's the tying run in this 7-4 Flash lead. 2 outs here in the 7th. The pitch is popped up and out of play. Flash were just 1 strike away from getting out of the 7th inning unscathed, but it was not to be. So Galloway battling here, no balls and a strike. The 0-1, low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1, hit hard but foul. It's going to be hard to sneak one by Austin Phillips. He swings a good bat. Hitless so far tonight. Looking to change that with 1 big swing of the bat. He can do it. The Railroader shortstop. 1-2 with 2 outs. And that one luckily just foul. That would have knocked in a run just outside the bag at third, and it remains 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes again. And a chopper off the plate will stay foul, third base side.
Everybody clap your hands.
This one is starting to feel a little bit like how last night felt in the final couple of innings. But the Flash are going to have to be the ones to hold on to the lead instead of the ones that came back from a 3-run deficit in the ninth to win it 7-6 in walk-off fashion, thanks to the heroics of Milo Obranovich. The 1-2. Fouled back again. Phillips is close on a lot of these. So here we go. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 2 away. Galloway looking to finish off Phillips. The pitch is popped foul and out of play again. He's just going to be a tough guy to slip one past. But I do believe Seth is up for the challenge here in this situation. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Fulton. 7 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for Henderson. Top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Fulton. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Uncle Charlie was kind. And the Flash get out of a jam following a run on We'll make that 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. It's a 7-4 game. Flash lead it as we go to the bottom of the 7th on WSON, AM and FM. Your tunes, your teams, your town. Indeed, wear number 18. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the Flash leading 7-4 as nightfall begins to start here at 8:13. That one's fouled back, and it's a ball and a strike. Good cut that time from Pruitt. Hasn't seen a lot of good cuts tonight. He walked in the first, struck out in the third, struck out again in the fourth. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Big opening there on the right side between first baseman Stossman and second baseman Phil. Swing and a base hit to left. That's going to get down. That could be extra bases. Nobby's going to pull up, and that's probably the wise thing to do. But a nice job there by Pruitt to get start with a base hit.
Now batting for your
1 on, nobody out for Nick Thomas.
first baseman, number 12, Nick Thomas.
Pacers lead it at halftime in Game 7 at OKC, 48-47. The winner is NBA champions for 2025. Thomas, ground ball. They'll go to second for 1, over to first. My goodness, that's a tough one.
Now batting for your Henderson Flash from Olney Central,
The 5-4-3 double play.
Levi Thomas.
That's a tough one. The only thing that ensures that it's just going to keep this game moving right along. Levi bats, 2 strikeouts and a walk with a run scored. Batting against the left-handed Sabo. Curveball low and outside for ball 1. This game just under 2 hours and 15 minutes thus far. Unlike the Friday night game that I felt like just ended 15 minutes ago. That was awful. It was just hard to watch, and everybody wanted to take their own sweet time throwing the baseball. They were the reason why pitch clocks were invented. That one's on the outside corner. It's a strike. Flash now with 10 hits just before that double play. Two balls and a strike. And the breaking ball is low when it's 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Taking a look at who will come to the plate next. It's 4, 5, and 6. Lott, Sussman, and Perez for Fulton when they come to the plate in the top of the 8th inning. The 3-1 from Sabo is, well, looked like right down the middle home plate, but I could be wrong. Taken for ball 4.
Coming to bat from Harding University, the right fielder, number 4, Jake Dupre.
Dupre got a single and a run scored, grounded out to third, and struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Taking his 4th opportunity at the plate. Batting in the 7th spot tonight. Throw to first. Not a good one at that. Runner back safely. Two outs and a runner on. Good lead over there by Thomas. They're going to go back over there again. Levi's already done what he's supposed to do. He's got all the attention of Wade Sabo on him at first. 2 outs, you need to focus on one guy. That's that guy at the plate, Dupre. That's a balk. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what he thought he was going to do, but that's it. He picked up foot, kind of paused for a second, kind of added something a little different to his repertoire, and he was caught doing it. So the balk over to second means a base hit. Could be to flash their 8th run of the night and get back the run they gave in the top of this frame. Thomas with good speed down at second. Like to see him draw another throw down. Misses inside, and the frustration mounts for young Wade Sabo. 2-0 now to Dupre. And what I mean, you want to draw a throw to third. A throw down the line would result in a cheap or an easy run. The 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. Now you don't need to go anywhere. He's saying 2-0. The pitch from Sabo. Called strike. 2 balls and a strike. Now's a good time to do it if you're going to do a hit and run or a straight steal. Get a good lead, and now I'd be heading down. He's a slow reaction to the plate. Nope, runner not going yet. That's a called strike, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 from Sabo on the way. That's going to do it for the Flash. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that retires the side. That is the first strikeout for Sabo. Flash get no runs on a hit. And no errors, and one left on base. It's the top of the 8th inning when we return. Flash lead at 7-4 on WSON, AM and FM. Your tunes, your teams, your town. Jaden Perez, 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Railroaders. The only one of those three guys with a hit was Jaden Perez. He had a single back in the 5th inning. The rest of them, I take that back. Sauceman did have a hit back in the 2nd. So 2 hits in the last 6 at-bats between those. 2 hits in the last 9 at-bats for those 3 batters. And Lott, who struck out twice and popped to center, 0 for 3 tonight, will step in against Seth Galloway, who came in relief last inning. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Got a big strikeout of Austin Phillips to end the threat just 1 inning ago. The 0-1 pitch. That one's just outside, and it's 1-1. Flash wrapping up this 3-game weekend homestand that started on Friday night with a 9-2 loss to Fulton, or to Full Count Rhythm. That one's hit high and deep to left, back at the warning track, and a nice catch up against the wall for Bergen for the first out. That one was a long ride and a long out as well. One down for Sauceman. Grounded out to the first baseman, Thomas, last time up. One out, nobody on. Outfield straight away. That one's inside, actually hit the batter. Hit batsman, the first of the night for either team. Runner at first. For Perez, the DH. 1 hit today. Scored on a balk. Seven to 4 your score. Top of the 8th inning. Flash on top. 1 out, 1 on. Swing and a miss. Had a good fastball from Galloway. 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball. Right down the heart of home plate for ball 1. Galloway sets, runner at first. And the 1-1 delivery. Hit in the air and hit hard in the right center field gap. That's going to bring a runner to second. He's going to try for third. He's out on a good throw. He is Toasted at third. Great throw from the center fielder, Keelan Sanders. The strike to third, the catch and tag by Pruitt, and that's a big out. Runner does go to second behind him.
Now batting number 13, A.J. Armstrong.
So 8-5 on that put out there for the second out. Perez with a single takes second. But now they're going to have to get another base hit to try to get a run in as it remains 7-4. 2 outs now, a runner at second for A.J. Armstrong. Walked, stole a base, and scored last inning. Let's hope he does none of that this time around. Galloway, the delivery, fastball, inside for ball one. The 1-0 curveball is taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. 2 away. Fulton batting here in the top of the 8th inning. Flash 8-9-1. Giles, Bergen, and Sanders due up. And that one short of the mark, and the runner goes to third. Wild pitch for Seth Galloway. So now runner back at third base. 2-1. Now you got to keep it out of the dirt. You're going to give them another one as the 5th run of the game for Fulton is just 90 feet away. The 2-1 pitch. Inside. 3-1. Galloway with the 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Runners at the corners for Fulton now. The inning continues.
Now batting number 11, Owen.
Second walk of the night for Seth. First and third, 2 outs for Sullivan. That's Owen Sullivan looking for his first hit for Fulton. The pitch is over the head. My goodness, I mean, not even within, 3 foot of the strike zone and over the head. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch from Galloway. High and inside again, and it's 2-0. And that'll draw a visit from Coach Logan Haslam. The entire infield in on the mound there with Coach Haslam. But this conversation is exclusively between 2 members, Haslam and Galloway. Now all of them are being instructed what the play will be. You do have a force at second and a force at first. Easiest play to be made. And Haslam makes his move back to the dugout. And we are just seconds away from live baseball from Flash Field on the north end of Henderson. Steve Tao and Wyatt Ellenberg at the ballpark with Ren Stevenson back at studio control, WSON Radio in downtown Henderson. 2 balls and no strikes to Sullivan. First and third, 2 outs again. And the 2-0 pitch is on the way. Throw to first. Runner back in there quickly. The 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. Good news is Seth gets this guy. We're out of the inning. We move on to the bottom of the 8th. Bad news is if he doesn't get this guy, we're probably going to see our third pitcher of the night for Henderson. And he doesn't get it. Inside for ball 4. So far straight out of the zone, puts the bases loaded. Back-to-back walks.
Now batting, number 2, Matthew Reinhardt.
And it looks like Galloway will get another opportunity to end the inning as the 9-hitter Matthew Reinhardt struck out looking in the 5th inning when he came in for Owen Phillips at second base. Then he popped out to the second baseman, Gable. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Flash leading 7-4 here in the top of inning number 8. It is now officially 8:30. This game just about 2.5 hours old. And the 1-0 inside, missing again. Said he hit him. Haven't seen a good breaking ball in a while. Might be Seth's best opportunity to get a strike here, because this is not the guy you want to walk, especially in a bases-loaded situation. Fastball is a strike, and it's 2-1. Good job there by Seth to come back with something good. And it's now 2-1 to the former Colonel. Or should I say for the former Colonel. And current Berea College. The 2-1 pitch is low. 3-1, so now the biggest pitch maybe that Seth has thrown tonight. This can keep it a 3-run lead if he keeps it in the strike zone. If not, it's going to be a 2-run game as the bases are loaded and the 3-1 on the way. Good pitch on the inside corner, taken all the way, and I'm sure instructed to do so is Matthew Reinhardt, because he came in for Owen Phillips, who sustained an injury while trying to make a play. He made the play, made the catch, but I think jammed his wrist in the process. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, the bases loaded. Swing, and the ball fouled off. Seth needed to make for the back-to-back innings a big pitch to get out of the inning. Bases are loaded, 7-4, Flash leading. The payoff pitch on its way. Hit in the air to left field, and I mean absolutely tanked way up in the air, right to the warning track, and a catch made by Bergen for the final out of the inning. And that was a tough one, and a great job, great composure by the former Colonel, Seth Galloway. No runs on a hit, no errors, and they left them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 7-4 Flash. When we return, it's WSON, your home for Flash baseball. That's going to come out for the bottom of the 8th inning. He's going to continue in a relief effort for Fulton, and the Henderson Flash are going to send to the plate the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Peyton Giles, Brendan Bergen and Keelan Sanders. And Sanders with a chance, believe it or not, to hit for the cycle. He's got a pair of singles, he's got a double, and a home run. We'll talk to him at the completion of this game as the young man from Lee University. Be the first time we've had one Lee University player in the pregame interview and one in the postgame. Giles with a single and 2 strikeouts, 1 for 3 today. Sabo sets and fires. Outside for ball 1. 7-4, 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Flash, 4 runs on 6 hits. No errors for Fulton. Flash pitching has been fantastic. Fulton's defense has been up to the challenge. The 1-0 pitch at the knees. A fastball is a called strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is fouled right side. Going to go way deep into the Sunday night here at the ballpark at Flash Field on the north end of Henderson. A couple of 3 youngsters chasing after it, looking for a sweet treat when they return that ball back. One ball, 2 strikes. Infield back, outfield straight away, and the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Coming in on it is Sullivan for the catch for out number 1. 1 down for Bergen. Bergen hitless tonight. Grounded out in the first inning, in the second, struck out in the third, and then grounded out to the pitcher in the 6th inning. 0 for 3 tonight. Batting for the 4th time. All Flash players will now bat 4 times in this one. First one is a fastball at the belt for a called strike. 0-1. Things go well in the 9th. Clark Grease sets to get the win in this one. Sabo is the 3rd pitcher of the night. Breaking ball is a strike. Sabo, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Railroaders, along with starter Tyler Chapman, reliever Troy Jocelyn, and the current Wade Sabo. The 0-2 outside, and it's 1-2. We're at the top of the 8th. Fulton down to their final 3 outs when we come to the 9th inning. That 1-2 pitch is wide, and it's 2-2. Speaking of the 9th, it will be the 1, 2, and 3 hitters of Kuehl, Weaver, and Austin Phillips, trying to make up this 3-run deficit. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, they tag the hitter, and that's another strikeout. Second strikeout of the night for Sabo. And now 2 away for Keelan Sanders. And it couldn't come at a better time. His chance to do something that I don't believe has ever happened in Henderson Flash history. And a young man to hit for the cycle. Now the triple is hard because you generally got to hit it in a gap or maybe to the deepest part of the park. And you got to have some pretty good speed to boot. And, Keelan checks all the boxes there. 2 outs, nobody on, and the pitch from Sabo is fouled back. Strike 1. We will talk to Mr. Sanders in the postgame, brought to you by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory, as we do with all of our Flash players of the game. I don't believe we've spoken with Keelan as of yet this year. The 0-1 from Sabo on its way from the lefty. Breaking ball is low, and it's 1-1. Let's check on that temperature once again. Started at 92, now at 85 degrees under fair skies, as night has befallen us at Flash Field in Henderson. The 1-1 pitch outside, and it's 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 7-4. Flash leading. And the pitch. That's a good looking one there, taken all the way at the knees for a strike. I'd call it a fastball, but I don't know if it rates.
Clap your hands.
Got a very methodical delivery, does Wade Sabo.
Check it out, y'all.
Doesn't throw it especially hard, but moves it around in the strike zone quite a bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side. That'll do it for the Flash here in the bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the 9th. The Flash have a 3-run lead. Can they hold it? Come back and find out right after this on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky. And it's going to be for the Railroaders, 1, 2, and 3 of Kuhl, Weaver, and Phillips. And they're going to face number 23, Drew Eisenberg from Wren Lake, the freshman, 5'10", 175, left-handed pitcher. Son of Rhea and Nathan Eisenberg. And Nathan, former Colonel baseball coach, is now the head baseball coach at Bowling Green High School, back in his hometown of Bowling Green, Kentucky, where he played for Warren East High School before playing his baseball collegiately at Western Kentucky University in the mid to late 1990s.
From Red Lake College, number 23, Drew Eisenberg.
Eisenberg getting his work here to try to get the save in this 7-4 matchup. Cart Grease stands to get the win. Callaway had some fine pitching, and he came in the 7th inning, and now in the 9th.
Now batting, number 31, Dylan Cool.
Getting Drew's name in the book real quick. We'll set the numbers for Seth coming up in just a moment. He just gave up the 1 run in 2 innings of pitch. The first pitch is a breaking ball inside for ball 1. Kind of spun Kuhl around. He gave up on it quickly, and I think so did the home plate umpire. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch inside almost hits the batter. Good speed on that, good velocity. When I knew Drew, he was a newborn when I first met him. By the time they moved, he was already about, about 12 years old. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup, and it's 2-1. The left-hander, Kuhl, Dylan Kuhl, that is, for the 9 and 7 Railroaders. Fastball on the outside corner, just a bit low, and it's 3-1. I don't have as big a problem with Kuhl reaching on a walk here in this situation, just because it sets up the force at first and second. You got a double play opportunity, a lot still in play. Fastball outside corner, that one was probably as low as the other one, but he let back-to-back pitches go like that, and you're going to give, as an umpire, a lot of times, if a guy's consistent with a location, and Drew has been so far, you might get the pitch. Here's the payoff. Chopper, but that's going to stay foul, first base side. Haslam can't come up with it as he leaps from his chair in the first base dugout. Flash trying to win this one tonight without J.D. Yarn in the dugout. He was tossed in that game last night at a pivotal moment. Flash came back to win it 7-6. And that one's hit in the air to center field, and I don't know, but that looks like an out right there. As Kuhl is retired, as Sanders has been all over the place, both in the outfield and at the plate, as he finished 4 of 5 tonight at the dish. All right, one out here in the ninth. And the batter is Weaver. Caleb Weaver, that is. The right-handed hitter facing Eisenberg. The lefty totes the fastball high for ball one. The 1-0 pitch from Drew. And that one's popped up in the infield. Calling for it is going to be the second baseman. And the catch is made by Gable for out number 2. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, the final out of the night. Flash leading 7-4. 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Henderson. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Fulton. Austin Phillips 0 for 4 tonight. Galloway struck him out to end the threat in the 7th. Eisenberg delivers the fastball in the dirt for ball one. Got to talk about the job that Peyton Giles has done behind the plate. We haven't seen him behind the plate in a long time here in 2025 in the summer of. But he's done a great job tonight. That one's popped in the air but foul, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. I think he was a little curious as to how he would perform behind the dish on a hot night. And now that we've seen, good job, young man, the 1-1, and a ground ball to third. Picked up by the third baseman, Pruitt, and the throw is airmailed to first base, and the runner was safe on the throwing error by the third baseman, Pruitt. That is Jackson Pruitt. E5 there, and the runner at first. And the tying run is on deck now. In the batter's box is Jacob Lott, hitless tonight as well. The pitch from Eisenberg, fastball outside corner is a called strike. 0-1. Flash with their third error of the night. Throw to first, and that one's in the dirt. Eisenberg just uncorked that one. Right now, your focus ought to be one place, guys, and that's the guy at the plate. He's bound to hit you a ground ball or a pop-up anywhere because they're playing on house money right now. That guy on second shouldn't even been on base. This game should have ended 2 pitches ago. So now he's at second, that being Phillips, after reaching on an error, and the count to Lott is 0-1. The pickoff move just moments ago gone awry. Foul and a high fastball. That would have been ball one. And now it's 0-2 as he helps out Flash pitching with that swing there. So now Henderson down to their final, or I should say Fulton down to their final strike of their final out. Runner at second, 7-4 Flash on top. Eisenberg in to close it out. The freshman from Red Lake gets the sign and the pitch. And a ground ball to second. Picked up by the second baseman, Gable, over to first. And the Henderson Flash have another Flash winner back-to-back nights and winners of 3 of their last 5 ball games. The final, Henderson 7 and Fulton 4. We'll come back with the post game. We'll have everything including the scoreboard show plus our Flash player of the game. When we return, it is our scoreboard show brought to you by Assurance Consulting and Testing Solutions. Back with Flash post game right after this. Post game, let's take a look at what went on scoring wise. Well, it took the Henderson Flash just one inning as Keelan Sanders, who we'll be talking to as our player of the game, got a single to start the inning, following a walk by Braden Gable. It was an RBI double off the bat of Brady Gold to make it 1-0. It would remain 1-0 until the second inning, a double from the leadoff man, Sanders, then a home run by Gable. It was a 2-run shot, his teammates helping each other out. That would make it 3-0. It was the third inning when the Flash would get a single from Nick Thomas, a walk from Levi Thomas, and a single from Jake Dupre, and another hit by Giles, and that would make the score. And another hit, an RBI hit from Sanders, that would make the score 6-0. Finally, Fulton would get on the board in the fourth inning, a solo home run from Chris Henson to make it a 6-1 game. They would pick up 2 more runs in the fifth inning, a single and then a fielder's choice by Owen Sullivan. A balk would bring in one of the runs, a double would bring in the other, and that would end up being your final, but not so fast. In the sixth inning, our player of the game decided to touch them all with a solo home run, and that would make it our final score by a count of 7-4. Flash win it. Getting the win in this one would be Clark Grease. He was fantastic. He went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, walked 1 and struck out 9. Saf Galloway looked good in a mop-up performance, as well as Eisenberg, who got the save in this one, his first of the season. That is a look at your scoreboard show. When we come back, it's our Flash Player of the Game, as we're going to catch up with Keelan Sanders right after this timeout. The Flash Player of the Game brought to you by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory. All this guy did tonight was as follows. Singled in the first with a run scored. Doubled in the second with a run scored. RBI single in the third. Home run in the sixth. And joining us now is Keelan Sanders of Lee University. Keelan, congratulations. Great night for you.
Thank you. It was just Coach JD talking to me yesterday before the game. He was talking about my identity, and my identity is not in baseball. It's in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I had to really reflect on that as I've had a rough start. So.
Well, I tell you what, when you started out like this, and I was making fun of the fact, and I thought, well, you know, with a single in the first, a double in the second, obviously Keelan's going to come up with a triple next time up, and then a home run. But you got that single instead in your third at bat and got a home run. In the back of your head, when you went up there for that last at bat in the eighth inning, you thought, you know what, if I can hit a gap here, or if I can hit something over the center fielder's head, you know, maybe I can do something that's never been done, maybe in the history of the OVL. Did it cross your mind your last at bat?
Yes, sir. I was standing in center field the inning before I was going up to bat, and it was definitely crossing my mind, and it may have put a little pressure on the at bat, but hey, it's still a good day.
All right, talk about how you got here in the first place. You told me that you stay with Tracy and Gordy Tyler, two people that I absolutely love dearly. Talk about what it's been like since you came to town, because you've been here now for about, for about 3.5 weeks. What's it been like, the transition coming from here, based on where you're from? Where are you from?
I am from Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
So it's a good 7-hour drive here, and Tracy and Gordy have made me feel very welcome. That I'm so appreciative of them and my parents for allowing me to do this, and it's been really fun being here.
Tell me about who is Mom and Dad. Who were they, and what did they do?
My dad is Lyle Sanders. He works in Gainesville, Georgia, as a machinist, and my mom is Crystal Sanders. She's a teacher at the middle school where I live.
Well, I understand that. I was a teacher on all levels, both grade school, high school, middle school, working with the special needs children. I'm fortunate to be retired from that now, but I'm probably older than both your mom and dad, and that's another story for another time. But talk about how you got here in the first place. Who contacted you, and how'd you get to Henderson?
Well, I go to Lee University in Tennessee, and my hitting coach there told me in the fall semester that he was sending me off for the summer to play a college summer league, and he told me I was playing for the Henderson Flash. I've never heard of them, and that's pretty much how it started, and now I'm here and having a blast.
Let's go to that at-bat, that special at-bat back in the sixth inning, the solo home run. What was it, and tell me how did you negotiate that into a home run?
Well, I swung it pretty well the first couple of bats, and I got in a good count, a good 2-0 count, and I was looking for a fastball middle in, and he gave it to me. It was just a swing to get things going, hype the team up, and boost some morale.
Keelan, congratulations. Big win for you guys. 2 exciting wins, the walk-off last night, then you get the 7-4 victory tonight. You guys have got still a long way to go in this one. I think we're only, with 15 games in, so you still have another, 25 regular season games. It's been a lot of fun thus far, hasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has.
All right, Keelan, thank you so much. Congratulations. Great night for you, young man, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Yes, sir, thank you.
That's going to do it from the ballpark. Henderson Flash win it by a count of 7-4. They run their record to now 10-5, and it's been our pleasure getting to know Keelan Sanders, our Flash player of the game. Flash back at it, I believe, tomorrow night. We'll have our next broadcast here on Wednesday. Pre-game coverage at 6:10, the first pitch at 6:30, right here at Flash Field on the north end of Henderson. For Wyatt Ellenberg here with live video stream, and, of course, Ren Stevenson back at WSON Studio. Steve Tower.